Hello, my name is Jacoby Backstrom, and this is... Who are you,
Bigger.
Birdie?
I don't even know the name. I was ready to say my name, but you say that stuff.
So,
My name is Birdie Davis.
yes, we're doing live. Okay, so we're doing live. So excuse my grandfather right there. He's gonna be walking in and out of the kitchen, but I definitely want to do this.
It's out.
Birdie, this is our first time doing a Zoom conference, man.
Yes, it is. COVID's out there. It's real, people.
It's real, and this is an awesome way of doing this. So we haven't recorded in so long, so I really wanted to have a discussion. We both wanted to have a discussion, but I just want to encourage everyone to please make sure that you follow us. On Facebook, make sure that you share and that you like, and on YouTube, just make sure that you subscribe, like, and also comment.
True.
All right. So today, Birdie, you and I are going to be talking about on Big and Bigger Thoughts about rejection, right?
True.
And like my first question is, like, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about rejection? Like
Pain. Simple. Pain.
That's the first thing. And
yes,
you know, and the thing is, it's like, you know, it's not something that people are always comfortable with talking about, right?
True statement.
And so
nobody's comfortable about talking about being rejected. It's an old fact. You don't go and say, "Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, man, it was hard today. Yeah. You don't spread your feelings like that. That is true.
It's one of those like lingering emotions where like it just sticks with you. I feel like it just sticks with you. It sticks. It has like a time period where it's just affecting you, right?
It's a wound. It's a wound. You stabbed. It's like you get stabbed and you turn it and you know what I'm saying? Pull it out with a jagged edge. So that wound has to recover. That's that time you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Physical pain. Rejection will bring you some. Okay. I'm just saying.
I'm hearing you. So I think that it's important that we address rejection today in our conversation, but I feel as though we need a more diverse type of answer. It just can't just be, you know, me and you. We have to make sure that the audience is into it. So this is what I decided to do, and I didn't even mention it to you, Birdie.
Oh, hey, I'm ready though. I'm just saying, you know.
All right, so let's bring in another guest on the show of Big and Bigger Thoughts. Are you excited? My amazing cousin.
Hey, cousin.
Mikey.
Oh, you look shocked.
I know, right? I had to go ahead and make it snappy, Cappy, you know.
Yes. So just sticking to the topic of rejection. Like, Mikey, what do you think about rejection? When I first mention it, what is rejection to you?
The only rejection I've ever experienced was through a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's disheartening.
That's a good thing.
Disheartening is the word I can come up with. Disheartening.
Yes. For
For
me, heartbroken, shattered.
Pain. That's all I ever feel. Pain. Rejection in any type of format ever.
what kind of rejection have y'all done?
Well, that's what we're going to be talking about, Mikey.
I would like this point of view, yeah.
And that's what we're going to be talking about, because we're going to be talking about, when I talk about rejection, what type of rejection are we talking about? Well, today, we're going to be talking about all forms. So normally I don't talk about relationships. Well, today I'm going to be talking about relationships too as well, and my feelings towards that. So my cousins are all into this.
Well, I don't have relationship rejection.
Well,
I only have employment.
Well, I had four far too many.
And I've experienced rejection.
For FUPUs times 4.
So I
four.
kind of know too as well what that feels like. Not as much rejection. I think I'm a snack now.
You are almost a meal, Jacoby. You're almost
a meal.
You're almost a meal.
When I turn 27, Birdie, I'm gonna be a whole meal. Okay.
When he turns,
you know, Jack and the Crack got value order number 27.
Wait, let's back the train up. My cousin is not a value meal. When he turns 30, it'll be a whole meal.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole steakhouse meal.
All the way, a porterhouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, he was straight 5 stars right there.
And Bird, let me tell something to you, Birdie. You're already a whole meal. You're not a snack. It's not a value. You already a whole meal because
it's itching up there.
You know what I mean?
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Researchers found that the same areas of our brain light up in an MRI machine when we experience rejection as when we experience physical pain. So they're comparing it to physical pain.
Like being stabbed.
That's why rejection can feel like a punch in the gut or a knife to the heart. You're literally using the same part of the brain as when you hurt yourself physically. That's how strong emotions is, right? That's
right.
Yeah.
Emotions are a hell of a drug.
Right.
It is a drug. It's actually, you know what I'm saying, a chemical imbalance that make you just freak out, you know?
Makes you do things that you never thought you'd do.
Right.
Wow. I know people that hide in bushes before. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Run, cousin, run. Call me and run. Call me and run. If they're in the bushes.
So we're gonna break down categories. So let's talk about work. Have we ever experienced? Of course you can.
Okay.
Let's talk about work and then wherever else we want to go into. So work, for sure, I've experienced rejection. It was not when I've applied to jobs before and get through the interview stage and everything, get to the final step. Emotions are into it. I think, Mikey, you were on that road with me. Birdie, you was on that road with me.
Yes.
And heart was just broken. I mean, this was everything I was talking about. I wouldn't stop talking about it, right? I remember I found out I didn't get the job. Me and my mom was at the gas station, and I'm just, Jacoby, we're in public. What are you?
You bald like that?
That's my girl.
Jacoby, put gas in the car.
So my question is, why were you so hurt behind not getting that job? What made that job so great and so important that it hurt you to your core to act we all know your mama.
Oh yes.
Show that in front of your in front of Cosetta?
Yes.
What made that job so important?
So I've never really experienced rejection on a job before. This is my first rejection, and going into an interview stage and not getting a job, not getting the job that I want. And I knew that I could physically do this job. I knew that I was equipped to do it. I was very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about my work. You already know that. I eat, sleep, breathe my work. So for me, I was like, this is an opportunity. And I was so obsessed about this. I was dreaming about it. That's how crazy it was. So it just meant a lot to me because I knew this was a step further in my career. And I knew that this was something that was going to, propel me, will grow me as a professional. So for me to have that door shut in my face, it was big. It was a big thing for me. And
but how was the door shut? Because they gave you the reasoning behind you not being hired.
Whoa, they gave you a reason?
Well, the reasoning was he didn't complete his bachelor's. He was on the road to complete it.
Oh, so you had a reason.
So this is why, in my mind, I'm not registering. Why were you so hurt? You didn't complete the task at hand.
Right.
He was there, and he's completed it. That's why he has on this.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why I didn't understand why you felt so rejected.
Yeah, because they gave you a reason.
So technically I had met the requirements of the position. So it required an associate degree, which I have an associate degree with 3 years of experience.
But they preferred a bachelor's.
Preference was a bachelor's. So I took the requirement and ran with it. And I thought it was gonna work until when I got to the finalist stage, right? And then when I got the email, I just crumbled. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you now. Now when you face a rejection like that, now I realize it just wasn't for me, right? It wasn't fit for me to have that. And just because that door closed, because when that door closed, I felt like all other doors was going to close. My life was over.
All these doors open.
Wow.
Right. So
I hear you.
That was a pain. That was a serious pain. But it wasn't a fit for me, and there are more opportunities down the road. Mm-hmm. And so I one of the things that I am is I'm very appreciative of my work. I'm very appreciative of the position that I'm in and the position.
Very passionate.
Very passionate about that. And I just thought it was my time, and it wasn't my time.
I can agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't have any objections to anything you just said.
Right. But I can say this
bothered me is that it bothered you so much. I'm like, why the hell is he so bothered?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That is true.
It was a hard pill for me to swallow. What were you going to say, Birdie?
No, that is true. That is true. I've never seen you that, What I was going to say is basically
remember, we're on live and my whole
I know, right? I know. That's why I didn't elaborate. I'm happy I paused, But no, seriously, it's quite ironic because I get those letters. Like, thank you for applying to here, but we decided to go with another candidate. So I get that like all the time, huh?
How does it affect you when you get those?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it as far as like, I guess I got that so many times, it got numb. Like, it got numb to me. A couple of times I applied in my early stages of life. And it was kind of catastrophic. But I think the more and more things I applied to, it got rejected for. It was kind of like it just got easier. It was like, okay, maybe that wasn't for me. Move on to the next. It wasn't like a tree stump. It wasn't like I'm stuck here. Like it was just like, oh well, time to go apply somewhere else. But I think, I think it just got to a point where it was like, I'm gonna apply here. And then it got to a point where I'm sitting here with a job, but I'm gonna keep on applying because you never know, So
I have a kid like that. One of my kids is just like that. She takes hustle to a whole different level. She takes rejection to a whole different level. That's my Ebony. A job can reject her. She's not going to move on to the next job. She's going to reapply to the job that rejected her.
Oh, that's bold.
No.
He's like, y'all made a mistake. I know y'all did.
She really does.
Try again. Try again real quick.
She will read the job. She will reread the job announcement and say, she will go get the certifications and that she will go get everything that job announcement states. And she will reapply to the job. What I love about her most is if they reject her after she met all the qualifications, she got questions. She has questions for who rejected, ma'am or sir. Dear sir or madam, I read one of her emails. Dear sir or madam, I met this, I exceeded this. I didn't get the job because, I just need you to tell me so when I move on, I need to know.
And that's the proper way of doing it.
I admire the hell out of my daughter for that because she's been rejected from
that Teflon
right when she got the job. After the third time, she got it.
That's amazing.
Oh, they got it right.
So let's now, we've talked about the working part, right? But let's talk about the relationship parts. Let's get a little bit more intimate with this, right? I think this goes back, and maybe you can chime in on this, but I think for me, it comes down to like self-esteem. Like, well, when you approach a woman, right? When you approach a woman, do you automatically think in your head, okay, well, I'm just not good enough for her, right? Well,
if you approach a woman with that in your head, you're not gonna get her.
Right.
It ain't feeding off that confidence.
You cannot. I'm messing up right there. But
oh wow, catch it.
You cannot approach any woman with that in your mind. the more confident, let me tell you, I dated a man. You
Alf?
know who Alf is?
Who is Alf?
I dated a man who looked like Alf. I swear to
You
God.
talking about off the TV show Alf?
And if any of my classmates from the class of
Alf?
93, y'all know who I'm talking about, okay?
Wow.
I dated a man
Wow.
who looked like Alf. The only reason I dated him is because his confidence level was through the roof. The way he approached me like he was the best thing since sliced bread. He was the best thing since powdered sugar on a donut. You understand me?
Donut. Oh, that's
Like,
sweet.
yes, nigga, I want you. Yes. And then when I dated him, I'm like, oh, you ain't shit. But he got me. He got me
What a U-turn that was. What a U-turn that was.
That is a hurt turn.
What?
Let me tell something.
Brother, I feel
when my father met him, he said,
oh, wow.
What are you thinking?
He said, what the hell?
Yep.
In front of the dude, my dad was like, this nigga?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes, daddy, I love him. Because it's his approach.
Yeah.
If you approach me like you're rejected already, nigga, I don't want you.
So I think that's very interesting.
So timid putting around there, I guess.
When I was younger, now I'm lucky enough to be approached. I just deny, right?
Why do you deny?
Well, I have specific reasons why. I'm not right now in my life. I've been open with you about this.
You have
relationship focused. I'm not relationship focused at all. So, everyone knows that I'm very academic and, I'm very into my job, and I feel like those things come first right now in my life. And I cannot fully commit into a relationship at this time in my life. But I will say, I've dated, but I kind of just friend zone.
So you're saying you friend zone him, huh?
He rejects. He's the rejecter.
Wow, that's what I'm saying.
I don't approach. But let me just say this: I don't always approach women because of the fact that I'm afraid of getting rejected, right? So I don't think. I have.
So instead of you getting rejected, you reject them first. Is that what?
Well, no, because they come to me.
Right, and then you reject.
Look at me like they come to me. I wish I had that problem.
No, but I'm not saying that overly confident or not.
Cousin, I'm not about to play with you since we're gonna put you on blast in front of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna put you on blast in front of the people.
What you mean? I don't have that luxury choice.
You act like you don't notice women that approach
who are into you. Yes.
Hello, we're on the same accord.
Yes.
You act like you don't notice it, cousin.
I need to be more outgoing. I do. I need to be more outgoing. I need to really, and that's on a personal level, but at the same time, it could be for somebody else too. Just being outgoing, speak up, say what it is you like and go after it. But honestly, what ends up happening is that self-esteem, and sometimes it's
both of you mentioned self-esteem. I have a question.
Yes.
What's the issue with your self-esteem? Why would your self-esteem be
me personally
level?
I
both of you are handsome young men. We got chocolate, we got vanilla over here, which is beautiful. I don't understand, and it's not just because I'm family, but I don't understand the self-esteem issues. Both of you are nice looking young men. I don't get it. Why do you have self-esteem issues?
So I honestly don't think I'm an ugly individual, right? So I don't.
It's not on you.
It's not on you. They're definitely hearing you.
That's right. That's Jimmy. What's the 411, baby? What's the 411?
That's me and Bird's uncle. That's his granddad.
Oh yes.
Just let it go.
So basically, for me, I don't think I'm an ugly individual. I just don't know. Sometimes I stand out. Like I think I'm different. Why? Well, people perceive me as different.
Because you're tall and chocolate.
So whenever I do date, people, I can't control how I talk or how I am. I don't have really much style to me. I'm very you know, a very basic individual. I
But
think I'm a very
no,
basic
you
individual.
think you're basic, but you're a very fashionable individual.
Yeah,
I see
fast
you when you leave the house. Your belt matches your
food,
shoes, which
food.
is a plus. Hello, ladies. Your belt matches your shoes. Your outfit is always okay. Your haircut is always on point.
Thank you.
Your nails are always clean. Your
Yeah.
face is always, it's done tight. So you're the way you should be when you present yourself to the world. So
Right.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like an internal thing for me. I don't speak about this, so I don't know how to properly explain this. This is my first time really talking about this, and
Well, here's my point of view. My point on it is basically that for me, I just feel like I'm not giving the best me I can. So I'm still working on myself. I'm still trying to, get myself together and pretty much put forth a good, a good product, if you want to look at it that way.
I got a question, Cousin Bert.
Uh-huh.
How are you working on yourself? Because I've gone out with you before too. Your hair was straight. The beard was what the beard is supposed to do.
I tried.
What the clothes were supposed
the
to
smile.
do. When we went, I don't know if Jacoby remembers this night, but one night all the cousins went out and they were on you, and we had to tell you they were on you.
Yes.
We had to tell you, Bert, they own you. What is your problem?
Get the number.
Claire, we had to force you. We had to force you to talk to a woman who was sitting at the bar waiting on you to talk to her.
I mean, I gotta build it up. Y'all see the 500.
Back up off of him, so
Man, I'm just saying. That's right. I'm just saying.
Bert was at the right place at the right time, looking the right way.
Beautiful woman.
And he was ignoring she was at the bar.
Ignoring.
I
was not moving.
He was trying to buy you a drink, and we had to tell you, dude, pay attention. We had to make you pay attention. Yeah. So my question to you is, have you been rejected so much that you don't realize who you are?
Man, yes. Rejected. Rejection is like getting shot, stabbed, however.
And you know what?
They don't want to relive, so you got to itch your way back up in there, So I do get rejected still, and I still attempt to, formulate a plan to continue on.
Trying to get through that rejection, you're ignoring who's shooting at you.
Right.
And it be the most beautiful girls in the room shooting at you, and you're ignoring them because
I've seen it personally.
Rejected you.
I've seen it
personally. Yeah, because rejection is hard.
So the thing is with you,
cover from it, especially a woman rejection.
I've noticed you, and then I'm gonna shut up.
Please.
It's true.
Go towards the less attractive woman in the room when the most attractive woman in the room wanted you. Wow. I watched you do that. And I'm going to be quiet and drink my wine because Uncle Jim said, wow.
Just say it. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm saying it as far as sometimes, they say you're supposed to shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you're amongst the stars.
But your ass shoot for the stars and miss the moon altogether. And the moon is the biggest thing in the picture.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's kind of like
the moon, and the moon is who wants you.
Okay.
Back to the main point. I'm working on it. Personally, I'm getting there. I'm trying to get it up there.
Shut up. I'm gonna turn.
I'm getting. It's a work in progress. Everybody who know me knows that yes, I've been hurt. So basically, we got to get back to that.
So okay, let's reel it back in. You talked about one of the things that you did talk about was I've been rejected so much, and the same thing. I think everyone can relate to this. I've been rejected so much that when I was younger, you've been rejected so much that you become numb to it, right?
Right. I ain't numb to it yet.
Because where you're so used to being rejected.
Does it turn into expectance?
Well, for me, I haven't experienced much rejection before. I haven't, but I do know I know that there is a feeling that comes up before you approach. And then when you are rejected, the feeling is even a worse feeling because it's like confirmation. Like, you don't want me. What is wrong with me? You know, I think you're very interesting. I could be a better man than who's the man that you choose, but you deny me.
And you need to let them know that.
Hey, that's right. Because you don't know why they reject. You
Yeah,
don't
I
know
think
why.
you
Don't know why you
You
get,
don't
and
know
sometimes
why
that
they-
rejection, that first rejection is just what you gonna do and what you made of.
Say it, old man. Say it.
You want to know why you are rejected.
Yes.
There it is.
Right.
You want yeah, you want to know. But
Yeah.
You want to know, yeah,
you
like
want to
why?
know why you are rejected.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
a good question. But by the time I hear, it, I'll be
why
done.
not ask? If a female, like I told y'all in the beginning of this, and I'm not trying to be crazy, but I've never been rejected by a man.
Well,
I've never went after a man either.
That's because all men do is offer.
I've never been. But my question is,
Mhm.
so I've rejected men. I have. So my question is, why don't you ask? Why don't you want me?
Mhm.
Have you ever asked? Well, why? Why don't you want to dance with me? Why can't I buy you a drink? Why can't I have your phone number? No man has ever asked me why they couldn't have my number, why I didn't want their drink, why I didn't want to dance with them. No man has ever asked me. I just said no, and that was the end of the conversation.
I mean, that's
they
not that.
probably would be afraid of the response.
Really, Jacoby?
So they
Yeah,
would be afraid of
yeah.
she is too direct. You are very direct, and
If they don't know me, they don't know that I'm that direct. If they say, "Hey, can we dance?" I'm like, "No." And here's the truth of the matter: the reason I don't want to dance is because I have no rhythm. I don't.
Oh.
I don't. I can't clap on
we
one
would
and
know
three
that.
or two and
We
four.
would know
whatever.
that.
I have no rhythm. But they never ask why you don't want to dance with me. If they offer to buy me a drink and I reject the drink, they don't know that I don't want the drink because I'm buzzing. I don't want another drink because I'm buzzing. I don't want to be drunk. They didn't ask.
Well, let me tell you this.
So why have you two never asked?
So that's an interesting question. I don't know. I
asked, but I mean, the answer has always been, just
assume.
It's not me, it's them. I mean, it's a cliche
So
kind
one
of.
of the things that I will say is, for me,
I guess that's a nice way to let.
I have to understand
multiple times, so it's like, oh, okay.
So one of the things that I have been in a relationship, and then I've left the relationship, and then I probably haven't fully healed from that relationship, and then I get into another one, and then that one person could be broken. And what I've learned is that broken people can't date broken people.
That's true.
Wow.
And those people who, that's it's
I actually remember telling somebody I'm broken too.
Broken people can't date broken people. And so sometimes I've had this conversation with someone where they may desire a relationship. They may see y'all haven't been inside my head. Y'all need to question me more. You may desire a relationship, but that's a difference from actually being ready to be in a relationship, right? And when a person is, for me, I'm going to be honest, I do desire to be in a relationship. And I don't reject people because I don't think they're attractive. I think sometimes I just don't go across that line because I don't want to ruin the relationship or the friendship that we have. Because I know I can't commit, because I know I'm not ready for that, right? You get what I'm saying?
So, I mean, that's intelligently put, yeah.
Right. And so I'm not saying I'm broken. I've healed enough, but I'm saying that I know that I don't want to cross that line and ruin something. Because let's say you're friends with someone. You're friends with someone.
Okay.
And okay.
You decide you like your friend?
You decided you like your friend.
That's different.
But hold on, wait. You're crossing a line.
But it's different.
Okay, tell me why.
It's different.
I agree with her, by the way.
It's different. When you're crossing the line with a stranger and when you're crossing the line with a friend, your friend 9 times out of 10, which is where I am now, knows all your dirt. They know every skeleton you have in the closet, bone for bone. They know that. So it's different. So to step out and tell your friend that knows all your bones, hey, I like you. That's stepping out on the limb because your friend has two options.
Mm-hmm.
They can throw every bone in your face and turn it into dust,
Mm-hmm.
or they can say, I accept your skeleton and I'm willing to rebuild your skin and your muscle around that skeleton.
That's beautiful.
Or
That is so beautiful.
Wow.
I'm inspired, Facebook.
Yeah. Dude, I need some building there. I need a builder.
or they can make you feel this big. Like,
Oh yeah.
y'all, well, Jacoby has seen every shirt I have and every hat I have that says, you ain't shit. And they can say, hey,
That's her quote. That's
you
her.
ain't shit. I know you ain't shit. And I don't want to be ain't shit with you. Those are the options when you're friends. Now, here's the thing. If you ever develop those feelings for your friend, you got to come forward and be honest with your friend
Wow.
and say, hey, friend, I like you in this way.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank and period. Or your feelings going to be hurt
Yeah.
if you don't explore that. You have to be willing to accept the rejection that may come.
So
Wow.
let's talk about it. So is
Wow.
rejection an emotion? So understanding
Yes.
rejection, emotional rejection is the feeling a person experiences when disappointed about not achieving something desired. It is commonly experienced in a quest of emotional relations, such as among romantic couples in the social and group settings or in a professional world in relations to advancement. So that's some of the things that we've talked about. Now I really want to know, well, how do you handle it? How do you handle it? And so some of the things, number one, we're going to go down the line. One of them is recognizing rejection in your life. So how do you recognize rejection in your life?
Wow.
Bird, you go first.
How would you recognize it?
How
I
do
mean,
you recognize
how would you-
rejection
yeah.
in your life?
you just, I mean, it's a feeling. Honestly, it's a feeling. So you just have that little self-doubt, and once you overcome that little doubt and get back out there, I pretty much feel rejection is needed multiple times. So once the more you get rejected, the better your armor is to go back out there, you know?
And I agree
Because
with that.
without that, you know, you never know, you know?
Okay.
It gives you more courage after a while. After you get knocked down and then you get back up, you know? It's one of those.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely correct, Bertie, because of the simple fact that even number 2 on the list was learn from taking risks. And I think that is kind of hard to do.
But I'm
Learn how to take risks.
Reward. So, you know, if you don't shoot for the moon, like they said earlier, you know, I got to start learning to shoot at that moon. It's a bigger target. I need to hit it once or twice.
So let's talk about the approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
The approach to the person that we're interested in or to the job, just in general.
Wow.
The number 3 step for how do you handle rejection is avoid putting all your eggs in one basket.
Ooh, that could mean so many different things.
Right.
So many.
Well, we're talking in anything, right? So
And
when you're
growing up,
approaching that
No,
person,
time
Yeah.
out. Time out. What, I have to
You have to inject that one.
I have to respectfully disagree putting all your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
Here's the thing. People say that life is too short. I don't agree with that. Life is the longest thing you'll ever do, whether you live 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 year, 1 decade, 1 eon.
Mm-hmm.
It's the longest thing you'll ever do. If I don't put all my eggs in one basket, you'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Hmm.
So
Take risks.
guess what? Just like chickens can lay several eggs at one time, I can take all these eggs that I have and that I've laid, and I can put them in this basket. And if I put them in this basket and I say, hey, Jacoby, here are all my eggs. Can you take them and can you sit on them for me? As the rooster, we all know roosters don't sit on eggs, but as the rooster, sit on my eggs and you lay these eggs while I go do this and I'm going to come back. And Jacoby decides, I'm not going to sit on those eggs. Okay, I put all my heart, all my feelings, all my emotions into that one basket. It didn't work out. But guess what? I can lay more eggs.
That's true.
I can lay more eggs. It's nothing wrong with putting all your eggs
Right.
in one basket.
Right.
So I have a question.
Wow, that's a good.
Marriages. I was
That's a good one.
oh,
You good Texas Hold'em, all in, all in.
So,
And I hate that y'all didn't hear what the old man said.
so
He said in 3 marriages, he put all his eggs in one basket in 3 marriages, looking for kids and everything else. He didn't get his kids. But when he put his eggs in the basket with Aunt Lois,
my granny.
they've been married over
Oh.
20 years. They've been married 20 plus years.
Mhm.
Ain't got no kids or nothing. But he put all his eggs in that basket, and guess what? He got everything he ever wanted. He got kids, even though he didn't make them, they his. He got grandkids, even though he didn't make them, they his. He got great grandkids, even though he didn't make them, they his. And if he live on this earth about 2 or 3 years longer, he gonna have great
Preach,
grandkids.
sister. Preach.
He put all his eggs in one basket every time. So I'm gonna forever put all my eggs in one basket.
That's beautiful. You're inspiring me.
That's putting your whole heart up in there. Yeah.
You know,
So one of the things we're gonna reel it back in.
hello.
That's
So
that one.
Y'all got me getting cussed out on here. I'm
So
just
one of the
saying.
things that I will mention,
I love you, boo boo.
Steve is on.
He is.
Well, hello, Steve. Hello, Steve.
He
Make
said
sure
he
that you
left.
comment.
He missed. He only heard a certain part. He feels some kind of way, and I told him if he left, he missed a pivotal point. He was like, "I left."
See,
He
okay.
feels some kind of way.
So,
yeah.
Should you now? This is my first time really talking and opening up about rejection, right? But part of the steps that they say to handling rejection is to talk to other people about getting rejected. Should you be open and honest with the people who are in your life to talking about rejection?
Yes.
Should you be selective?
No.
What does that look like?
Be honest. If this is the person you want, or this is the person you feel like you want, be honest. Be honest about their rejection, because they may handle you like you're fragile and you're worth handling.
What do you think, Bernie?
Handled though. I don't know.
Okay. So
I might have been thinking about it wrong. I don't know.
So talk to other people about getting.
They could always try though. Anybody, you know.
So do you think conversations like this is important when it comes to handling rejection?
Yeah. I do. I mean, I learned just today. Learned a lot.
Yes, this is very good. This is very good.
Very
Take
important.
time. So after the rejection, once the rejection does happen, should you take time to cool off? What is the process after rejection? What does that look like? So this girl that I really liked, she just denied me, and I look better than who she's gonna choose in the future.
So
And I don't
have a question.
understand.
I got a question.
Oh God, I'm so scared.
Are
of
you
this
still
question.
chasing this girl that rejected you?
No.
But it's in my head though. It's in my head.
No. Okay, so cousin, you say it's in your head. Do you still
I stopped
want
pursuing
this
her.
girl, or now are we at? Why
I
don't
just
you want
figure
me?
it out.
'Cause he looks like
I just
Piece of crap.
he looked like Count Blackula.
Like Alf.
I'm just saying, he looks like Alf. My question is, are you? I can't answer your question until I know, are you still pursuing her?
So no.
And
So
why
once
are
I'm
you still pursuing her?
So here's the thing. Once I'm rejected, which I haven't been rejected in a long time, but I will say if I'm ever rejected, I will stop pursuing.
Really?
So I'm not the
On
type of
first
person.
rejection?
Yeah, so I will not be that's just how
Did we not learn anything from Steve Urkel, people?
Okay, but he was
Steve
crazy.
Urkel, he was not crazy.
Finally got
Steve
what's
Urkel
Lord,
her.
finally
He
got
got
it.
Laura Winslow in the
At the end, got
when
married.
He was an astronaut as Steve Urkel. He was not Steve.
He says, I'm
Stefan
wearing you
Urkel.
down,
He
baby.
was not time out. In the end, he was not Stefan Urkel. He was Steve Urkel, the astronaut, and he got Laura Winslow. So do you not wear her down if that's not who you want? Every woman wants to be pursued. Every woman wants to be chased.
They
don't want to.
Every woman. So do you give up at the first point of no, I don't want you?
Okay, so I don't handle rejection very. Okay, let's talk about this. Because if y'all haven't noticed, if y'all haven't noticed, I don't take rejection very well.
I go home. I go home.
In any way, shape, or form.
Cousin, I know you, and this is what I don't understand about you.
My mom calls me a loser.
Since this is where we are, Birdie, since this is where we are, I really don't understand you.
That's a woman talking.
You are an extremely. We're gonna get back to you, Chocolate. We're gonna go Chocolate. My vanilla cousin. I really don't understand you. You are handsome.
That's what I know.
You're an extremely handsome. Shut up. Don't talk. I'm talking.
Everybody don't see what you see, I guess. That's all I can say.
This is what I'm not understanding about you.
You're glowing right now.
You're an extremely handsome man. I went out with you. I was in the club with you. I saw the women seeing you.
Surrounded him.
I saw what the women
surrounded.
Saw. I'm like, oh,
I got jealous.
I'm out and I'm listening to
I did. I never told you that.
Cousin,
I got jealous.
Cousin, I'm listening to what I'm like, I done found my cousin. Oh, he gonna be we gonna set him up. You ruined that.
Yeah.
Because you were expecting rejection, because you were expecting to be rejected, you played the rejected part.
It happens so much.
Nigga, chill out. I'm gonna say the N word.
It happens so much.
I'm sorry. Negro.
Negro.
You had twins on you. You had two sisters. Tell me I'm lying. You had twins. You had twins on you. Me and your sister and Jacoby, all of us told you, dude, it's twins on you. Because you were expecting rejection, you ain't even play that right. I'm so confusematized right now.
So here's the thing, what I noticed about Birdie. And this is one thing.
Why does it sound like this on me though?
No, I'm gonna compliment you. I'm gonna compliment you.
I'm gonna get on him next, but go ahead.
But it's rejection. It's like, man, you know, when it happens so many times, you know,
this conversationalist. One thing that Birdie is really good at, and I'm not very good at, is initiating the conversation with.
But once the conversation starts, Jacoby, you're very good at it, because now let us get on you and your chocolate self. Because the same night when we were in the club, because Jacoby was so concerned, because Jacoby was so concerned with us leaving that one club and going to the next club, he ignored the women who was on him.
Man, you understand
what I'm saying? Because Jacoby was like, no, we got to go to the next club, because he had an agenda and an itinerary. He ignored who was on him. He ignored who was on him. That's all I'm saying.
I was trying to say on time.
Because we went to 3 different spots that night. When we got to the second spot, they was on chocolate. At the second spot, they was on him. And when we got to the last spot, they was on you. But since he was so concerned about you acknowledging who was on you, cousin, he ignored who was on him.
No.
That is very true. You had my eyes the whole time.
No.
He blocked it. He rejected himself.
And that is true. I've never discussed this. We've never discussed that night.
Family, all I'm saying, he rejected because they allow themselves to be rejected. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's reel it back in.
Okay.
But I mean, when you reject, you're right. When you have it in your head, you're going to be rejected. Sometimes you just go shoot your shot, I guess, you know.
And one of the things that I think is very important, I think, and I agree with this part, how to handle rejection, is allow yourself to feel all of the emotions you feel. So when we talk about this earlier, you know, I'm sticking to your communication, Birdie. You talked a lot about, well, you didn't talk a lot about, but you mentioned numbness, right? Becoming numb to a rejection, to where at the point where it becomes an expectation.
I'm just now learning that.
So should we be present in that moment and be able to really just feel the feelings of a rejection?
Yes, you should.
And then, of course, I think we will all agree to surround yourself with supportive people, right? People who are going to be there with you and things of that nature.
Help build you back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it hurt, man. It hurt. It
So
do. A
we're
lot
gonna,
of people don't think I get hurt bad and be hard out here. Oh, okay.
But because you've been hurt, that means you set yourself up to expect hurt.
yeah.
But I'm getting better. I'm getting
Do
happier.
the
I'm
same
getting.
thing, you get the
And
same results.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say right now. I don't want to make life hard for you. But
Man, life is it's good. It's getting there. It's hard. It's hard, but it's getting there. It's getting better than what it was.
Mikey.
I'm gonna put it back on Jacob because he told me don't do it. I love you. And the only reason I ain't on my way to your house right now this second, I love my Aunt Lois. And
We all do.
my Aunt Lois love peace.
So okay. So now we're gonna wrap things up a bit. Okay, so we're gonna wrap things up. One of the things that I think that we hit on was how to handle rejection.
How to handle it though? How do you handle it?
We just
With support from others.
down the list.
You need to address how to handle it on a job level and how to handle it on a relationship level.
Relationship.
Okay, so who wants to go first? I go first. Okay. Okay. So on a job level, so I have done a lot of research on emotional intelligence.
Okay, emotional intelligence.
How to really manage emotional intelligence. And one of the things that I've learned is I handled my rejection very badly. And I didn't do it publicly, but I handled it privately very bad.
Okay.
I felt as though I did not see the bigger picture. I felt as though it was a good fit for me, but I didn't understand that, hey, maybe it was a good thing that I got rejected from this. Maybe good things are happening to me. So I was really thinking very negative about it, but also, was it even a good fit for me and my experience professionally? Was this really, even though this was a job that I wanted, is this really what really could have fulfilled me? So for professional wise, I'd say that just because you get rejected from a job or whatnot, that does not mean the end of the world. It just means it wasn't your time, that other opportunities are going to happen. And although one door may close in the hallway, there are plenty other doors in the hallway to go. Okay. And of course, you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I make this up myself. If you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, then you create your own damn light and you see it through, right? Relationship wise, I'm going to be a bit puzzly on this one because I'm still working on myself.
Right. I mean,
so I think what I've learned from this conversation is to continue to pursue, to give myself that opportunity to not really, because I don't really have self-esteem issues, but when it comes to relationships, I do have self-esteem issues.
Why? What are yours?
I just feel like I'm just not good enough.
Self-esteem issues.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I just don't.
You feel as though you can be better. I feel
like
you want to give your all.
Right.
So you develop and put yourself.
Self-esteem thing. Giving your all is not a self-esteem thing. It's a time thing.
Right.
That's time.
So for me specifically,
time. Right,
I guess. Self-esteem thing.
You come in.
No.
Because any of you who listen, let's listen to the old man. This old wisdom.
You got a woman up here talking, so you got the half of yours is lost already. You got to remember the woman come first.
The woman come first.
All right.
So let's get back to the self-esteem issues. Let's talk about. I don't know if we're wrapping it up. Okay. But
it's a good topic right here.
Ain't no wrapping it up. She win.
Yeah.
I win. Uncle June said I win. But so I love Cat Williams. He's not the greatest person on earth right now, but I love him. But he said something about self-esteem. His statement was, I don't understand how any person on the face of the earth can have self-esteem issues because of the self. The very first term in the statement, self. It's how you feel about you, what you think about you. No one can make you feel any type of way about you unless you let them. That's what Cat Williams said with his. Okay,
Okay.
okay,
That's
that's
true.
what he said.
Hey,
So that
um,
being said, no one can tell me that I am not the fiercest creature on earth. No one can tell me that I am not worthy of being loved. No one can tell me that I am not the prize. No one can tell me that but me.
Yourself,
So
yeah.
if a woman rejects
hey,
you,
Birdie,
that shouldn't bother either one of you one way or the third.
Mr. Birdie,
Mr. Birdie.
is you coming over or not? That was
So
your line,
moving
your
What,
forward,
line,
what?
moving.
your line beside.
Bird, get your
Jimmy,
key. Birdie, I need you to be
please, I'm
getting up,
begging you.
going to the
I'm
garage, getting in
begging
your
you.
car,
I'm
getting
begging
your people coming over. Come on over.
you. The next, here's
We gonna
the,
have a nose.
okay, so anyways, so we're wrapping this up because his patience is getting low.
Caught on over, boy.
So here's another thing. What would you say, Bernie, to about getting rejected on a job? How will you handle that? And also relationship-wise too, as well.
Pretty much with a job, you just have to, like you say, apply again.
Right.
Apply again.
I'm pursuing. Right?
Rejection on the job is pretty much like they chose somebody else. I always used to think somebody knew somebody and they got the job over me.
Right.
You know, but now I'm in the arena to where it's a multiple to, and it's not even seeking a job. You're seeking to create a job. So I feel as though, you know, if you can create a job and hire somebody, hell, you doing good. So that's the mind frame now, man. It's not necessarily entrepreneur, but hey, we about to get some money.
And then relationship-wise?
Relationship-wise, same thing. Try again. You know, it's just about getting yourself to a point where you have that aura about yourself to where you just step in there. Like she said, you know, the most confident man or the most upfront, direct person. Because it's funny how people who are just direct, they always get it versus those who are reserved that try to, you know what I'm saying, basically it all depends on how you look at it, really. But I know with rejection from a woman, you just got to move on, and it's a hard task to learn. But I do feel as though you get numb to it, and you feel like you can move on, because sometimes it's catastrophic. It's like heart stopping. So you sit back and you just like, oh my gosh. But I could talk about that forever. But that's what I mean. You know, just get up and do it again. That's it.
Awesome. Well, Bertie, we just reached a major accomplishment. We have completed our first Zoom meeting on Big and Bigger Thoughts.
Oh, keep us down?
Yes. And we did it on Facebook Live. I'm super excited
it was live.
about that.
It was live.
We were live. See, I told you
So
prior.
that means everybody could see this, huh? Wow.
Yes, that's how public this is.
Hey, we got to get some subscribers, man. You know, after doing that one girl, man, doing them taxes like that, that was something else.
Well, Bertie, I'm super excited about next Saturday because next Saturday we're going to be on with Sam.
Sam?
Natasha, yes. We're going to be on with Natasha.
I ain't seen her since, man.
I'm creating a group message tonight. We're going to be talking about Will Smith and Jada, about the whole August Alsina situation. Will Smith, Jada. And then another topic I completely forgot about. If
anybody could make it through it, it's probably them, though. I ain't even gonna talk no more, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Man,
well,
man,
we have to represent for the male perspective for sure. But there's another topic that we're going to be talking about next week. I'm super excited about it, and we'll probably do it on Sunday, so that I know that you're available and I'm available too, and they should be available. But thank you, Bertie, for being on with me.
Oh,
did you like the Zoom? Did you like?
I did. I learned how to do Zoom from my job. Hey, this is very unique. When you said type in that number, I was like, I know that. I got you. I'm like, I'm already on. I'm waiting for the host.
yes. I think I did something wrong or something.
Yeah, I'm jigging with Zoom. That's cool. Zoom stock went up. Yep.
You see how fair to see that?
And my phone, it's cool. Like I hear you clearly. I can see you. You know. Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I don't have to worry about you being beside me and stealing all my shine. You see, the stealing.
No, never. I would never. I don't steal
I'm just
shine.
kidding. I'm just
You know what
kidding,
I'm
Bernie.
Light, baby. I reflect light.
I want to thank Facebook, the friends on Facebook on both myself, Birdie, and Mikey's page. I truly appreciate her for being on with us and sharing her own perspective.
Yeah.
And not only that,
Because
I also even though we didn't share a lot specifically in my situations, but we did share a little bit much than what I would have actually shared. I would have to thank also her, myself, and you for allowing ourselves to be vulnerable enough to speak about this, right, publicly. Rejection is not something that people really talk about. So I think it was a very good, honest conversation. And I cannot wait till next Sunday to talk about our opinions on other people's relationships and what they should do, entanglements they got going on.
Yeah. I want yeah.
So
all right. I keep talking. I know I keep going. All right.
I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this live. Thank you so much, Birdie. I really appreciate you, and thank you, Facebook family.
Yep. All right. Love y'all.